we'll be crossing river.
So.
Drive mode, and we're in just normal mode right now.
Okay.
Which you can
we are.
It there.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
So what are we doing here today?
This is our off-road course. So we have a few different obstacles. We're going to be going through some articulation points, some bumpy track. We'll do a river crossing. We'll be climbing a fairly steep hill. And pretty much everything that's going to highlight the aspects of the vehicle.
And we're staying in normal for this?
Yeah, normal mode, and just stay consistent throttle through here. Try not to stop or else we'll end up in the pond. Nicely done. And once we get through the river here, we're just going to hook a right and go straight up.
Up here?
Right here. Yeah,
are you sure?
As hard to the right as possible. That was a nice aggressive approach.
Oh, I thought you... Oh.
No, that was perfect.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
Okay.
That's what we're looking for.
When you said hard to the right, for some reason I just thought you meant like just... And then down here. Yeah, I'm following this just... If anyone had put a white arrow there, I'd be like, yeah, I'm going there.
Yeah. I'm going to stay on by the river over here. Just make sure you stay clear of these branches.
And so this is in regular mode, and we've got like up to a 70% torque going to the rear wheels.
That's
right. And then because of the all-wheel drive unit, you can shift the torque between the rear wheels as well.
That's right.
Yes.
And once we get through this section, we have a little bit of an autocross section where you can start to push and really highlight the torque vectoring. It's just going to hook to the right over this one. Okay. Nicely done.
It's a lot easier when it's someone else's truck.
Try to stay consistent throttle as we climb this hill here.
Okay.
You don't need to go too hard on the gas pedal. Nicely done. And this brings us to our, what we call the torque vectoring section.
Okay.
So we're in normal mode. That's where you're going to get the torque vectoring. So
as
hard as you'd like.
So this is when it's shifting the torque between the left and the right wheels as I turn?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to eliminate some of the understeer. And, we're basically going to keep the car more balanced in the corners. Allow you to use one steering input as you get through the corners. You can feel it.
You definitely can.
The car basically almost rotates and kind of floats down through the corner. Not bad.
So how is that torque vectoring going back there?
Kind of incredible. It's very similar. This sounds like a ridiculous comparison, but it's very similar to the Acura NSX because they both have a very similar torque vectoring system. Whereas obviously NSX does that with electric motors on the wheels, whereas the Ridgeline does it with this new wet clutch system. But yeah, you're doing far less steering, putting far less effort into it, and the truck's just kind of turning around, almost pivoting around. It's very impressive.
So this is kind of a bit of a rough, I would say, on a scale of 2 to 3 on a 10 for off-roading. How does it feel handling so far?
Well, at the moment we're in normal mode. So I mean, this is the mode that you'd have when you'd be driving to kindergarten or whatever.
And this is all-wheel drive.
And this is the all-wheel drive one, yeah. And it's surprisingly smooth, easy to drive. We've been going, we haven't been slowing down particularly for any of the more ambitious sections, and it's just doing it. We don't have to worry at all.
How'd that feel going through the little puddle there?
That was a fun puddle. Hard left here. Just run these people over.
Now through the washboard section here, try to hold about 15 or 20 miles an hour.
Okay.
Once we get up to a fairly steep part of this hill, you can come to a complete stop, go full brake,
Okay.
and then you'll be able to feel the hill hold.
Right.
So if you stop about right here, for instance,
Full brake.
and if you come off,
Oh, so it's hold.
for about 3 seconds. It'll
Okay.
hold.
And then we start to fill back. Okay. And then so we're just going, are we going up the hill?
Yeah, up the hill over
Okay.
here whenever you're ready.
I think just trust that they... Ah,
Yeah, I promise it's not a sheer drop off at the end.
So this is lots of side to side.
Let me
And
off here, okay?
okay.
All right, so let's get you in sand mode here.
Okay.
Now, normally what I'd do is I'd tell you to stop. That way you can feel the difference between normal and sand mode.
Okay.
But for the sake of a good shot, you can
It's
just
going
get
to...
it through there.
Okay, so just go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever works for you guys.
Right. What sort of speed?
Yeah, whatever looks cool. Get up hard to the left here, and you'll feel the chassis rigidity and that kind of seamless
Oh, yeah.
transition there.
Wow.
This Ridgeline straight in here. Nicely done.
Well, that's... I mean, it's really good.
I know,
It's
I've been pretty impressed.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Thanks for
really
coming out.
appreciate
Nice
it.
job.
Okay, impressions.
Ri-
How was that?
Really, really good.
How was that coming through there with being off camber and all?
The body rigidity of the monostructure, it's really, really impressive. I mean, a lot of people have criticised the previous Ridgeline for being a car experience in a truck, but to be honest with you, we've just done some pretty serious off-roading. I'm a complete novice, and the truck just handles it. And a lot of it, we did it in normal mode. We didn't even have to switch between the various different modes. We turned to sand to go over through that sand section, and back into normal to go over this changing camera. But it just works. It just does what you want it to do, and it's that's all down to a lot of the electronics that they've put in. They've taken out some of the more confusing controls from the first generation truck. So yeah, I mean, all in all, it's a really easy way of dealing with unusual terrain, if that's something you're ever going to come across. I don't know how many Ridgeline owners are actually ever going to use those capabilities, but at least they know they can.